Good morning, kids. Welcome to the church. We're here. Look at all this. Look at that. Carpet, torn up. There's holes in the wall. I don't know if you can see them. I'm kind of in the way. But look at this, okay? Things are looking great. Things are looking up. Check out here. Some windows. Massive windows. Look at this. Huge hole. Do not fall in. Things are moving along. The church is getting ready. And someday, very, very soon, we're all going to be together again here. And it's going to be awesome. Welcome to another lesson for week 5. Lesson 5 of May and week 5 of our Run the Race series. We've been learning all about how we can live for God, how we can run the race of our lives well, and we've been practicing. We've been practicing praying. We've been practicing talking about God. We've been practicing listening to God. All of these things are going to help us run the race well. And today we're learning about how we can live for God. It's about putting it all together. Taking all the pieces to the puzzle, putting it together, and then just giving her, running for it, going for it. But before we check out today's lesson, why don't we look at our memory verse for one last time this month? I hope that you've been practicing, that you almost got it locked in, and that you'll be able to remember God's word. It's a really good thing to practice trying to remember these things so that in moments we can think about them and they can encourage and help us. Training the body has some value, but being godly has value in every way. It promises help for the life you are now living and the life to come. 1 Timothy 4:8.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Mark. Chapter 12, verses 41 through 44.
When Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey the week before Passover, the crowds were excited.
Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna! In the name of the Lord!
But the religious leaders were not.
He's turning the world upside down.
We'll have to fix that, won't we?
All week, the religious leaders sent men to try trapping Jesus with trick questions.
Teacher, is it right to pay taxes to Caesar?
Every time, Jesus gave a wise answer that caught them off guard.
Give back to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give back to God what belongs to God.
Jesus knew the religious leaders were so puffed up with pride, they didn't want people to listen to anyone else. Jesus even warned the crowds about them.
Watch out for the teachers of the law. They love to have the most important seats. They take over the houses of widows. They say long prayers to show off.
One afternoon, Jesus and his disciples visited the temple. They sat down to rest for a moment across from the box where people came to put money they offered to God. Perhaps the disciples, mostly poor fishermen themselves, were impressed by the rich men giving gifts.
Check out his robes.
I think they actually might be silk.
Jesus watched the rich men dropping handfuls of gold coins into the box. He knew that, like the religious leaders, they were proud to show how important they were.
Check this out, world. Money, money, money. Always sunny in a rich man's world.
Even though these wealthy men were giving impressive amounts of money, Jesus knew they had so much, this was easy for them. Simply a drop in the bucket.
Huh. She looks a little out of place.
The next person in line clearly wasn't wealthy. In fact, her patched robe showed she didn't have an extra cent to spare.
A widow, probably.
At that time, if a woman's husband died, she had no way to earn money and often had to live on next to nothing.
2 pennies?
How's that gonna help anyone?
Jesus was watching the woman too, but he saw something different, something more.
Come over here, all of you.
The disciples gathered around Jesus.
What I'm about to tell you is true. That poor widow has put more into the offering box than all the others.
Jesus' friends tried to sort it out.
Excuse me. Pennies versus gold?
You couldn't buy an order of fish nuggets with that.
Jesus knew what his disciples were thinking.
The others all gave a lot because they are rich, but she gave even though she is poor. She put in everything she had. That was all she had to live on.
Oh.
When you put it like that.
The rich men, like the religious leaders, were concerned with what things looked like on the outside. They didn't want to give in a big way that might force them to change on the inside. But the poor woman, who had almost nothing, chose to give everything. And Jesus saw her heart and knew that her pennies were worth far more than the rich men's gold.
Nobody else thought a poor woman giving 2 small coins was a big deal. But Jesus saw the truth. Other people gave because they were rich. This woman gave everything she had because she was putting her trust in God. She was living for Him. And that's something to celebrate. Living for God is about more than giving money. It's about trying to include God in every part of your day. It's about asking yourself before every choice you make, does this honor God? I could copy my friend's homework or do the work myself, like I'm supposed to. I'm gonna do the work. Or ask yourself, does what I'm about to do show love to others? My friend didn't get me anything for my birthday. Should I get even by giving her nothing? Or should I forgive her? Well, I did already wrap it. She's gonna love it. If you ask yourself those questions, it'll help keep your mind on God. It'll help you think about how Jesus lived and loved others. This probably won't become a habit overnight. That's why the one thing to remember today is this: practice living for God. The more you practice asking yourself, does this honor God? And does this show love to others? The more natural it becomes. It feels good to commit to something and stick to it.
Well, did you have a ball? Did the lesson hook you? I hope that you're excited to put all these things together, to take what you've learned this month and to run the race well, to talk to God, to listen to God, to tell others about God, and to live this out. God is always with you, and we want to take Him and invite Him into our lives, and so that we can run the race well, All of our other lessons are, of course, available on our website or in the description box below. If you want to check out our coloring pages or our other lessons for you pre-K families, be sure to check those out. Make sure that you sign up for our VBS. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pastor Leah is getting it all prepped for you, and Michaela's jumping in, our new intern. We're all going to be there. It's going to be an awesome time. And if you'd like to come to our in-person kids services, yes, we do them in person in the park. Come on, come hang out in the sun. Sign up online on our website. We do those every single week, and they have been really great. Well, I shall let you go. Have an awesome Sunday. Have an awesome week whenever you are watching this, really. Have a great one. We're really excited. We miss you, and we hope to see you very, very soon, kids. Until next time, see you later. Bye.